Are you looking for a pretty, textured one-row repeat crochet stitch? If you are, the Wattle Stitch and Crochet might just be the one you're looking for. The Wattle Stitch creates a beautiful textured fabric that works great in crochet blankets, scarves, and any crochet project that you can think of. If you're ready to learn, I'm Rachel from Hope Corner Farm, and by day I'm a home ec teacher who teaches hundreds of students how to crochet. And let's grab a hook and some yarn, and we'll get crocheting. Before we get started, make sure you subscribe to my channel, hit the bell so you get notifications of when I post new videos, and don't forget to give me some feedback on this video. Give me a like or a comment, let me know what I did well or things that I could improve upon. For today's tutorial, you're going to have to gather a few things. So first off, I'm using a size 4 medium weight yarn in this teal color. Use whatever works best for you. I'm going to use a size J 6.0 millimeter crochet hook, and I'm going to use a pair of scissors at the very end to cut my work free. Today's crochet tutorial is written using US crochet terms. To begin the wattle stitch, you need to begin by chaining in a multiple of 3. So I have chained 12. For row 1, we're going to begin by working into the 3rd chain from the crochet hook. So there's 1, 2, and 3. Into the 3rd chain from the crochet hook, you're going to work a single crochet. You're going to chain 1, and then you're going to double crochet all in that same chain space. So you skip to the 3rd chain from the crochet hook, and into that 3rd chain from the crochet hook, you single crochet, chain 1, and double crochet. Now we get into the repeats for this row. So we're going to skip 2 stitches, and into the 3rd, we're going to do the same. We're going to single crochet, chain 1, and then double crochet all into the same chain stitch. We're going to repeat this until we get to the end of the row. So skip 2 chains, into the 3rd, we work a single crochet, chain 1, and then a double crochet. So now here we are at the end of the row. We have 3 stitches remaining. So just like we have been doing, we're going to skip 2 chains, and into the very last chain of the row, we're going to work a regular single crochet, and it's just one singular crochet. And that completes row 1. For row 2, I begin by chaining 1 and turning my work. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to skip over the first 2 stitches, so 1 and 2, and right here you can see that tiny little hole right here. That's the chain 1 gap from the previous row. So those chain 1 spaces really like to hide. They're right here in this space. So these lower ones are not where we're working, and they actually show a little bit more. Those are actually your skipped chains from the previous row, or your skipped stitches from the previous row. We're not working into that. And sometimes those single crochets can look like that's the space you work into. But your chain 1 gap is that tiny little hole right there. So if you look at your work, right here is where that chain 1 gap is, and that's where we're working into. That is key to having success with this stitch, is identifying where that chain 1 stitch is. So I've chained 1, and I'm skipping right over here to this chain 1 gap from the previous row. Into that gap, I'm going to work a single crochet. I'm going to chain 1, and then I'm going to place a double crochet into that chain 1 gap. So the repeat for the row, we're going to skip over and we're going to work into the chain 1 gaps from the previous row. Into those chain 1 gaps, we're going to work a single crochet, chain 1, and a double crochet. Then I have 1 more remaining, so I'm coming over to this chain 1 gap right here. Single crochet, chain 1, and double crochet all into that same chain 1 gap. Now when we get to the end of the row, we're going to have 1 stitch and the skipped chains from the previous row remaining. We're going to skip over the stitch and into the skipped chains from the previous row. So right here, hopefully you can see where I'm working. So right here into those skipped chains, I'm going to work a looser single crochet stitch to end my row. I do it a little bit looser so my edge is not so tight. And that completes row 2. Row 3 is almost exactly the same as row 2. There's just a slight difference. So what we're going to do is we're going to chain 1 and turn our work. Just like the previous row, we're going to skip over the first 2 stitches and right into this chain 1 gap right here. So not this space, but this space. We're going to work a single crochet, chain 1, and a double crochet. And we're going to repeat across the row. So again, we're not working into this space. We're not working into this space. The chain 1 gaps are a little bit hidden. They're right here. So make sure you're getting into the right spot. Right here is where we're working our stitches. Not here, not here. It's right here. So this is the chain 1 gap. Into that chain 1 gap, we're going to work a single crochet, chain 1, and then a double crochet into that gap. Now I've got one more to work into, so right here, I'm going to single crochet, chain 1, and double crochet all into that chain 1 space. Now when I get to the end of the row, I'm going to have 1 stitch and the turning chain remaining from the previous row. I'm going to skip over the stitch and into the turning chain, so right here, hopefully you can see where I'm working that, we're going to work a looser single crochet stitch, and that completes row 3. From this point on, this becomes a 1 row repeat crochet stitch because for the remainder of the project, you're simply going to keep repeating row 3. When I get to the end of my project, I don't do anything special for a finishing row because if you look at your swatch here, we have a slight scalloped edge to the top as well as a slight scalloped edge to the bottom. So I want those to kind of match, so I don't do anything special for a finishing row. I simply stop after whatever repeat of row 3 I have used. So just keep repeating row 3 until you have your project as big as you would like it to be. And that's how to wattle, stitch, and crochet. I hope you guys found this tutorial helpful. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel, hit the bell so you get notifications of when I post new videos. And if you're looking for another 1 row repeat crochet stitch, you could check out my reverse blanket stitch tutorial right here. And I hope you have a wonderful day.